In this video, finally, we're going to talk about my hometown, the absolute favorite place here in northern Idaho. We're talking about Hayden Lake. Yes, this beautiful place right behind me here. So, Hayden Lake, all the secret spots, everything you need to know, in-depth dive of Hayden. So, if you want that information, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? My name is Jackson Wilkie. If this is your first time to this channel, we are doing so many videos about what it's like to live, eat, work, sleep, play all over northern Idaho and eastern Washington. If that's the information you want, make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And we literally get phone calls every single day from people moving, relocating all over North Idaho and eastern Washington, and we absolutely love it. If you're even thinking about moving, relocating anywhere around these areas, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Day, nights, weekends, we never stop working to help you with your move here to northern Idaho. All right, so we're going to jump into it today, and what I want to do is get onto the map so we can really dive deep and dissect Hayden Lake, all these areas right behind me. Remember, guest right here, this is the Hayden Lake Country Club. Yes, it literally has views of all of Hayden, so let's see if I can get my finger right. Yeah, so this one right here, there's a bunch of living actually all the way along the water right here. Very, very exquisite living. Obviously, as you can see here, really nice homes too. So these are going to be top-notch homes. Right behind me, there's actually a bunch of homes too. It's a pocket, so we'll zoom out in the map and show that. But yes, there's literally living right here, and then we're going to be going all the way around the lake and showing you all the different spots, as well as Hayden Lake, all that too. So let's jump over to the map. All right, so as you can see, when you type in Hayden Lake, this is what you're going to get. Obviously, there's a country club. It's just literally this little area right here. But when you think of Hayden, that's, it's right here. So we can actually get rid of Hayden Lake and just put Hayden. And you'll see that, basically we're going to put these two together. So now you can see, just how much bigger it is when you combine the two. The divider is right here. This is Strayhorn right here. Strawhorn, Strayhorn. We call it Strayhorn. This road right here. So that separates it, Hayden from Hayden Lake. So let's talk about it. Hayden does not have really any high schools, middle schools. So when you go, when you live in Hayden, you do have Hayden Lake Elementary, which was the elementary I went to, which is now a kinder center. And then you also have Hayden Meadows. Those are in these areas right here, very close. So you do have two elementary schools. You got a couple daycares out here to the west. You have ABC Daycare. It's a killer one. My kids have gone there. But that's really it. So the living in Hayden, this is actually right where I grew up. If you zoom in here, I guess first thing I'll show you, this says airport, Coeur d'Alene. It's not. It's the Hayden Airport. This is for private aviation. Those private jets. So when John Travolta and you got Wayne Gretzky and all these guys who live here now, Oprah's, this is where they fly in private right here. But yes, you're going to have to go all the way to Spokane. So as you can see, Spokane's over here. To actually get to the airport. So I'm going to close out of this. All right, so Hayden Lake. Obviously, this is the pinnacle area right here. This is Lake Hayden. It's not that. We all call it Hayden Lake. And so you definitely have, when you saw that picture, everything I was talking about, there is some living right along here that really puts you in close to town. Literally, there's not an area around this whole entire lake where there's not some sort of living. But the one, if you want to be closest to town or closest to both of these golf courses, it's going to be right in here. So that little pocket, you got the Hayden Lake Country Club. Some of these houses here, absolutely amazing. But I want to kind of talk at the northern end of it. These are your older style neighborhoods. This is exactly where I grew up my entire life. So 60s, 70s type, split level homes, or they're going to be almost like a rancher style home with basements. Almost all these houses, this is Pine View Estates, this is Emerald Estates. These all have like quarter acre, third acre lots. So huge yards, huge backyards, giant old growth trees, and you get a bigger house. So if you're a family, you kind of want that older house, something maybe you can go and put a little work equity into. These areas right here are unbelievable and very safe. So like not a lot of traffic, really quiet, filled with kids. This was like the cool area to be when you were a kid. Everybody came to Emerald. So lots and lots of houses in there, but it's going to be older. I do want to show you before we go anywhere else is the map. So like as you can see, Hayden is literally sandwiched. Here is Highway 95. We've talked about that. That goes all the way south into Coeur d'Alene and all the way north up into Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, and up into Canada. So that's your main highway right there. And if you see over here, literally this is still all farm field. So a lot of this has not been developed yet. You still take these roads. There's Hayden Avenue, there's Prairie, and these are going to take you out to Highway 41, which takes you, you can go down here to 90 to get to Spokane. But yeah, there's still a lot of undeveloped area. But as you can see, as I zoom out, this stuff is all blowing up. This is actually kind of an outdated picture. There's so much new construction right in this area. So it's on the western edge of Hayden Lake, but it's more Post Falls, Rathdrum, that kind of area. So if you're looking for new construction, it's out here. But Hayden itself, what you're going to find now is, okay, so here's the golf course. You have Hayden Lake Country Club right here. And then literally just up next to it, you have Avondale. So I've talked about this a few times. You literally have multiple golf courses right next to each other because this is actually a different lake. This is not part of Hayden. This is Avondale. You do not, or there are not allowed any motorized boats on here, just paddle boats, canoes, or electric trolling motors, but you're going to find paddle boards and stuff. Great little fishing lake, and this is all a golf course. So there's living, as you can see, around this golf course, and this is all kind of a golf cart community. So if you got a golf cart, you can really just drive all these roads. The one thing you can't really see, and if I change the view, is this is very hilled right here. You actually go up the hill, gorgeous golf course, and it's kind of sits above everything up here. So as the lake living goes, Avondale, again, there are some docks because people swim and use their paddle boats and stuff. So we'll go back. We'll get more into depth of Hayden here, the main downtown of Hayden. So there isn't too much going on. What you have is Government Way. Again, this runs parallel to Highway 95 and is a major road that takes you from here all the way in south to Coeur d'Alene. So you kind of start coming through here and you have Blue Plate Cafe, great breakfast, Capone's, awesome little pub and grill, pizzas, lots of beers. This is kind of your main area, Hayden Avenue and Government Way. There's kind of some houses around here, but you don't really live around here, and that's kind of where everything ends. Then there's some other bars and stuff kind of scattered all around. But the sneaky one is, right here, the Porch Public House. So in between both Avondale Golf Course, the lake, and the country club, you have the Porch Public. Some of the most amazing food ever. Take your golf cart, park it right there, and go grab some food. If you're a member of the Hayden Lake Country Club, they have their own dining restaurants. They have the Red House, which is across the way, and it's a private. It's got indoor golf simulators, little bar and stuff in there too. And then Avondale Golf Course actually has super sneaky good food. This is to the public. You can buy pretty cheap memberships. I don't want to speculate on them because they do change, but $150 to $200 a month, and you get unlimited golf, the range, everything. Amazing golf course for the price there. So as you move to the south, this is Prairie Avenue right here. So if you watch my Coeur d'Alene video, this is the divider. So everything this way is actually Coeur d'Alene, and everything to the north is going to be Hayden. Hayden living is going to be not much new construction. It's all resale homes. Any of the new construction you see is going to be something that's maybe been torn down and rebuilt. If you get on what we call, obviously the west side, you cross over Highway 95. These are all, again, some of them are older homes, but you can find up to an acre on some of these houses by Ramsey Road, west side of 95. So there's some opportunity for you to find a little bit more space if you want on the west side of 95 for sure. So yeah, it's now we got to talk about the lake. Even though, when you type in Hayden Lake, it doesn't circle all the way around. But hey, we're talking about lake living, literally all the way around. I can tell you this is Clarksville. The Clark House is here. It's pretty cool history. A guy actually built, it was the biggest house in the state of Idaho back like 100 plus years ago. Now it's haunted, they say, but no, you can go do dinners there and stuff. I know that there is one place to park your boat, just one, if you do not have a slip. If not, you are going to have to pay. And the boat launch, which there's one for Honeysuckle, which is right here, very popular beach spot, and then there's one on the other side of the lake at Sportsman's Access. So you got to drive all the way around where you can launch your boat. If you don't want to launch your boat, it's called Tobler's Marina. There's a lot of living. There's actually condos and stuff all up around here, and you can see how many houses there are. But you can actually park your boat here. It's usually pretty packed up, so you want to do it pretty early in the year. Parked my boat there. I know the main cat running it, so we can help you with that too. But as you see, literally there is living all around the lake. So if lake living is your thing, this lake's going to be everything you need, from wake surfing, wakeboarding, fishing. We enjoy the pontoon boats because you can kind of do everything behind them, and it's actually quite large, but it's going to have a lot less traffic, a lot less bigger waves than Lake Coeur d'Alene. That's kind of why I like it. And then you definitely have where is it? Back here. This is called Maivaden, Camp Maivaden. So actually, I went here in like middle school and stuff. You go camping here, your kids will if they're in school. This is the sandbar, so everybody parks their boat right here and ties up, and then you go out there and you can wade in the water, drink some brewskis, hang out. It's really fun. But again, as you look, literally there is living all along this lake. So lots of opportunity if you want lake living to be here. If you were at Maivaden, this is kind of one of the farthest spots. It's Mawkins Bay, but you're probably looking at, let's say, 20 plus minutes to make it back around over here to Hayden. So there is a road that literally goes all the way around Hayden, and basically it just depends on which side of the lake you're on, because you're going to want to take Lancaster. This is Lancaster right here in English Point. There's a bunch of trails right here. People really enjoy English Point, lake living in all of this because of all the equestrian trails and hiking trails. But yeah, you're going to take either a route around this way or come around kind of from the south. So two different routes. The next thing, it's not technically Hayden, it's Lancaster. This is probably one of the most desired areas if you want acreage. There's some new construction actually going up in here. By the Rosenbergers have built a lot of them. They actually owned a ranch that I grew up working on, which is now all developed, and it was right here in Hayden. Kind of this whole area right here was literally a big farm that I grew up on. Now it's developed, so there's really nice custom homes in here, starting in probably the 400 range all the way up into maybe the $800,000 range. But you're going to find some of them that have giant shops, really nice finishes, brand new construction, lots of families, lots of kids, and I mean you even see retirees in this area. So very quiet. This is kind of the main majority living. But Lancaster, this is where your property is, and you can see there's some big chunks of land and farms out this way, all the way to Dodd Road, which is this whole area right here. Highly desired. This is country living, but yet only minutes removed from Hayden living. So yeah, that's really it, because anything you head from Prairie into the south, you're going to be into Coeur d'Alene. So yeah, you cannot mistake the beauty here. It's absolutely gorgeous and some of the safest living, great schools. You feed into Coeur d'Alene High School, and there's just a lot of opportunity for great living in the Hayden area. Know it like the back of my hand, been through here 30 plus years. So we can definitely help you, whether it's Hayden or literally any area in northern Idaho, eastern Washington. We know these areas really well, and the only way we can help you is if you reach out. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, night, weekends, it does not matter. We got your back when moving to North Idaho. And until our next video, we'll catch you later.